everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Happy National Pie Day, P.I. Day, March 14th, 314. Get it? In honor of Pie Day, we're going to be making these super quick and easy pineapple hand pies. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Today is Pie Day. That means it's March 14th. So, you know, 314. Get it? Math nerds will get it. I am not a math nerd. I just know pi is 3.14 and a whole bunch of other numbers behind it. But in honor of Pie Day, we're going to make some pineapple hand pies. We're going to be using the homemade pineapple pie filling that I made in a previous video. I will link that for you below and in an iCard on the screen. And I'm going to be using a sheet or two of store-bought puff pastry. This is a refrigerated kind, and I have just recently found this and I love it. It's so much better than the frozen kind, and you can use it almost immediately. You just have to let it sit on your counter for like 5 minutes, roll it out, do your thing. I made some pigs in a blanket with this not too long ago for a church function, and they were amazing. So this is super simple. I do have a little flour here. I wasn't sure I was gonna need it, but I'm just gonna leave it on the parchment the puff pastry on the parchment that it came on, and then we're gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna beat an egg. We're gonna use that as an egg wash. We're gonna fill our pies with this, and it's gonna be super duper simple. You don't have to use my homemade pineapple pie filling. You can use canned pie filling of any variety that you like. Maybe you have some homemade jam that you like. You can use that, or any kind of jam that you have in your fridge. You can make a hand pie out of just about anything. So I'm just gonna cut up this puff pastry, and I'm thinking I'm gonna cut it in half. This way, sort of, kinda. Wasn't really half, but, and then I'm gonna cut it this way. And let's be honest, these puff pastry sheets are not really that large. So we're gonna get 4. I mean, let's put some pie filling in here, like so, on all 4 of these. You don't wanna be too generous because you don't want it cooking out, but you also don't want to be too chintzy because, you know, if I'm going to have a fruit pie in my hand, I want it to have some fruit in it.
And you can use any pie filling.
You can use any pie filling, or you can use any kind of jam that you might have on hand, like a preserve. You don't want to use a jelly because jelly is going to be really, really messy. So now we're going to seal this up. We're going to take a little bit of water, just brush it. I'm going to use my fingers because they're clean and I can do that. Now we're going to take our puff pastry, going to fold it over our fruit, give it a really good seal, and then I'm going to grab a fork and we'll crimp the edges. And that's like almost like a homemade Pop-Tart, or really. So this is going to go on our baking sheet, just like that. And I will continue to do the same thing with the rest of them. All right, I got all of my hand pies crimped and ready to go in the oven. And now we're going to just brush these with a good coat of egg wash. Now this is just a beaten egg with nothing else added to it. You can choose to add a little water, maybe you want to add a little heavy cream. It's up to you. The way that you add things to it depends on the finish that you're going to get. This is going to have a really beautiful shiny finish.
Golden brown.
It's going to be beautiful and golden brown. It's going to go into a 400-degree oven, or 425 if you have a conventional oven, 400 degrees if you have a convection oven. I have a regular old stove. So someday I'll have a nice convection option on my stove, but right now I'm using what I got. Same stove I've had forever. So then I'm gonna give this, just because I think it will be lovely, a nice sprinkle of crystal sugar. This is just super coarse sugar. That's going to bake on the top and really give it a nice little crunch and sweetness. Okay, into our 425-degree oven. This is going to bake for 25 minutes or so. I'll let you know how long they were in there when I come back, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, these just came out of the oven. They were in the oven for just about 25 minutes. Honestly, I forgot to set my timer, so, you know. But the one thing is I checked them when my timer said I had about 10 minutes left, which I'm pretty sure they had been in there for about 15 minutes. And they were brown and beautiful, but I want to make sure when you cook puff pastry and you put a filling in it, you don't want the bottoms or the inside to be soggy. So you want golden brown all around, and that's what we have. And this is really hot, so you want golden brown all around, and that way you'll know that your puff pastry is perfectly done. So what you're gonna wanna do, I loosened all of these from the parchment. You're gonna want these to sit on the pan and cool, and then we'll be back and we'll show you what these look like on the inside, and we'll have Rick give it a taste.
I have to.
You have to. There you go, our pineapple hand pies. They're just about ready to eat. They're pretty much cool enough. I wanted to get them off my stove because I have to go do some other stuff. So what I did was I put 3 of them down, I cut one in half, and we're gonna have Rick taste it. They're so flaky and so beautiful. They smelled amazing while they were baking. This pineapple filling is fabulous. I hope that you all have given that a try, or you're planning to give it a try. It's so easy to make, and it's just pantry staples. So are you ready?
Yep.
You see how flaky? I love puff pastry. It's amazing. Especially since I don't have to make it. You hear that crunch?
Mmm.
What do you think, babe?
Delicious.
So good. It's not too sweet. That pineapple filling is just bursting with flavor, right? It's really tangy and wonderful. And paired with the buttery puff pastry, it's just delicious. So that's it. That was super easy. Again, you can put any filling in here that you like. Do you like the canned pie filling you get at the grocery store? Use that. Do you like your homemade jam or preserves? Use that. There's no rules here. You make it the way you want it. So that's how I make my pineapple hand pies in honor of National Pie Day. I hope you give them a try sometime soon. I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.